Hello students, we'll continue our discussion on high performance dynamic circuits. So in our previous discussion we had discussed about the most commonly used high performance dynamic circuit, which is a domino CMOS, and you would be remembering it's just the dynamic CMOS circuit followed by a static CMOS inverter. Now coming to multiple output domino CMOS logic. Here we are going to obtain multiple outputs by using separate pre-charge transistors for separate NMOS blocks. So as in the figure you can see, you have two domino sections, one this and the second one is this. So for these two sessions we are using two separate pre-charge transistors. Okay, so the pre-charge transistors are different, whereas the evaluation transistor remains the same. There is only one evaluation transistor. So the use of multiple pre-charge transistors enables to use the pre-charged intermediate nodes as resources for additional outputs. So this additional logic functions can be realized by tapping the internal nodes of the dynamic CMOS stage. Resulting multiple output domino CMOS logic gate allows us to simultaneously realize several complex functions using small number of transistors. So when you have to implement a very large function, you can go and use a multiple output domino CMOS logic. We'll see one example. So this is a carry look ahead adder wherein we express the carry and some expressions in terms of two terms P and G, carry generate and carry propagate, which is given as carry generate is A into B and carry propagate is A XOR B. So the four functions we have C1 to C4 and they are written in terms of the input carry C0, then the G and the P. Okay, so for each stage, for example, if it is C1 will be G1 plus P1 C0. Similarly, C2 will be G2 plus P2 C1. So if we substitute C1 as G1 plus P1 C0, we get this expression. C2 is G2 plus P2 G1 plus P2 P1 C0. Like that you go on like this. So we have to get from a single circuit, we have to get this four expressions C1, C2, C3 and C4. Now this circuit is also known as Manchester carry chain. So see this realization using a single multiple output domino CMOS logic. So here you can see we have four functions C1 to C4 to be generated. So we are using four pre-charge transistors, as you can see from here, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the first session, you can see this is the first session. So this is C1. Obviously don't forget the inverters here because we are realizing in domino. So C1 will be equal to G1 plus, this is parallel, right? So G1 plus C0 P1. Okay, so that is C1. Now what will be C2? C2 will be G2 plus P2 G1 plus P2 P1 C0. That's the expression that we'll get. Is it clear? C2 will be G1 plus P2 G1 plus P2 P1 C0. Like that, what will be C3? G3 plus P3 G2 plus P3 P2 G1 plus P3 P2 P1 C0. Okay, so like that we get the expressions for the carry C1 to C4 with the help of only a single circuit. So this is the application of multiple output domino CMOS logic. Next kind of high performance dynamic circuit is dual rail domino logic. Now this is very similar to your DCVS that we have discussed previous sessions. So dual rail domino logic means here you are actually providing true and complementary inputs and we'll get true and complementary outputs. So it is a complete logic family in that it can compute all the inverting and non-inverting logic functions. So what we do here is, in this dual rail domino gate, it encodes each signal with a pair of wire. So input and output signal pairs are denoted with underscore H and underscore L. So underscore H wire means it is asserted, if it is asserted, that indicates the output is high or it is 1. So underscore H indicates output is high. Underscore L, when it is asserted, it indicates that the output is low. Now when the gate is being pre-charged, neither of these wires are asserted. Now both these lines should never be asserted at the same time. That means both underscore H and underscore L should be high at the same time. That means it is an invalid operation. Okay, so we'll see this table here. You can see if it is both are 0 means it is in the gate is in the pre-charge condition. Signal high is 0 and signal low is 1 means the output is 0. Signal high is 1, low is 0 means the output is 1. Signal high is 1. Now both the signals, signal high and signal low are 1 means it's the invalid condition. Now the only issue is the dual rail domino needs more area, more wiring and more power. An example is, before that we can just see how we implement that. See here, you have the true function, the complementary function. You are applying the inputs. So here you get the output and here you get the complement of the output. So you are providing true and complementary inputs and you are getting true and complementary outputs. See this is a NAND or AND or NAND gate. See here, this is typically two NMOS transistors in series, so that here you will be getting a NAND and after the inversion you will be getting a AND, AB, right? This is if we look only this much, if we look only till this point, it is two NMOS transistors in parallel. That means it's a simple 2 input NAND gate, right? So this is AB bar. After the inverter it becomes AB. Now this is A bar plus B bar. So that becomes, after this inverter it becomes AB bar, right? So from the same circuit you get AB and AB bar. So that is same thing. Now coming to another kind, that is NORA CMOS logic or NP domino logic. So till this point, all the domino CMOS logic gates, we have seen that we are using an NMOS logic block, whereas a PMOS transistor was only used for the pre-charging purpose. Okay, now we are going to see how we can use a PMOS logic block also for implementing the functions. So in NMOS CMOS logic gates, all the logic operations are performed by NMOS transistors acting as pull-down networks, while the role of PMOS transistors is limited to pre-charging the dynamic nodes. So as an alternative and a complement to the NMOS-based domino CMOS logic, we can construct dynamic logic stages using PMOS transistors as well. See here, this is your NP CMOS. So the first block, figure, first part, this part of the circuit, you have a PMOS transistor as the pre-charge transistor, then a pull-down network which is N kind, and an NMOS transistor acting as evaluation transistor. Now this circuit, you can see PMOS as the pre-charge, and here you can see this is a PMOS logic block. So it is designated as PUN, pull-up network. And here you have an evaluation transistor which is again N-type. And between this evaluation transistor and the pull-up network, you have the output. So remember, here the output is between the pre-charge transistor and the NMOS block. Here the output is between PMOS block and the evaluation transistor. And look at the clock signals. All this first part of the circuit, both this are controlled by evaluation, pre-charge transistors are controlled by phi, whereas in this PMOS counterpart, it is controlled by phi bar. And the output of the first stage is given as input to the pull-up network. So this is how we connect that. We alternate the NMOS and the PMOS logic stages. So here you can see this first part, it's an NMOS domino logic. You have this output followed by an inverter. So this is NMOS kind domino logic. This part is PMOS kind domino logic. This is the output. So output and followed by an inverter. So from the NMOS part you get the output, and that output is given as input to the PMOS logic. And from the second stage the output is this point, and that output is given as input to the NMOS logic. So this is NP domino logic. So we are using alternate NMOS and PMOS domino CMOS logics. That is NORA or NP domino logic. Now the only difference is here I told you the NMOS part the clock is 5, and for PMOS the clock is 5 bar. Both pre-charge and evaluation happens with 5 bar. We will see what is happening. Now when clock is high, clock is low, when 5 is 0, in the NMOS part this PMOS transistor is on. 5 is 0 means this PMOS transistor is on, and this output node will be pre-charged. Now when 5 is 0, so this is pre-charge happening in the NMOS part. What is happening in the PMOS part? When 5 is 0, 5 bar is 1. So this is off and this is on. This is your pre-discharge. This is on means this is the output node. Output node will be discharged to 0. So in the NMOS domino side, when 5 is 0, pre-charge happens, and in the PMOS domino, when 5 is 0, pre-discharge happens. That is, output node is pulled down to 0. So see this scheduling of pre-charge and evaluation phases. When clock is low, NMOS stage is pre-charge, PMOS stage is pre-discharge. Now when clock is high, all the stages will undergo evaluation. Again when clock lows, pre-charge and pre-discharge. Okay, so the pre-charge and evaluate timing of NMOS is accomplished by the clock signal 5, and PMOS logic stage is accomplished by the clock signal 5 bar. When the clock signal is low, output nodes of NMOS are pre-charged VDD through the PMOS pre-charge transistors, whereas the output nodes of PMOS logic blocks are pre-discharged to 0 through the NMOS discharge transistors. Okay, when the clock signal make low to high transition, all the cascaded NMOS and the PMOS logic stages evaluate one after the other. See here, when 5 is 1, this evaluate transistor is on, and the output node will be pulled down to 0 or it will remain at high depending on the inputs of the NMOS logic. Now similarly, in the PMOS, when the 5 is high means 5 bar is 0. So this evaluation transistor is on. Remember, in the PMOS logic block, this is the evaluation transistor, and this is the pre-discharge transistor. So this transistor is on, and depending on the inputs being applied to the PMOS logic, this output node will be charged to 1, or it will remain at the pre-discharge value of 0. So this is an example circuit, a function implemented using NP domino logic. You can see functions being implemented with NMOS transistors and PMOS transistors. Now, a static CMOS inverter is not required at the output of every dynamic logic stage. That is, you are directly connecting the output of the first NMOS stage to the input of the PMOS stage. That is not through an inverter. Okay, if you are connecting the output to an NMOS stage, you need an inverter there. Remember that figure? See here, the output, if you are connecting the output to another NMOS stage, you use this inverter. If you are connecting the output to the PMOS, you are not using an inverter. So you can directly connect NMOS and the PMOS stages. Direct coupling is feasible. So this allows pipeline system architecture. So the circuit, which consists of an NMOS and PMOS logic sequence and a clocked, so this is a C squared MOS output buffer. Okay, so this kind of system which we just now explained, that is all the stages perform the pre-charge and pre-discharge when the clock is low and evaluate when the clock is high. So we call this kind of NORA CMOS logic as phi section because they evaluate during the active phi when the clock is 1. Similarly, we can have phi bar section wherein pre-charge and pre-discharge happens when phi is 1 and evaluation happens at low clock, phi is 0. Okay, see here the clock have been changed to phi bar and this PMOS the clock is now phi. So we just interchange the clock. So this circuit, this NORA, we now call it as phi bar. Okay, so you have phi section, you have phi bar section. So you can easily connect phi section NORA with phi bar section NORA. A pipeline system by simply cascading the phi and phi bar sections are also possible. When you have very complex circuits, this is one circuit that you can use. So when the clock is low, the phi sections will undergo pre-charge or pre-discharge, whereas the circuits in the phi bar section will undergo evaluation. When the clock becomes high, the phi section will undergo evaluation, whereas phi bar sections will undergo pre-charge and pre-discharge. Okay. Disadvantages: this NORA CMOS also suffers from charge sharing and leakage. Now to overcome these issues of NORA, we have another technique called zipper CMOS. Only difference is in the zipper CMOS, slightly different clock signals are used for pre-charge and pre-discharge transistors and for pull-up and pull-down transistors. Okay, so this this compensates for the charge leakage and charge sharing problems. This is basically NORA itself, but the clock signals are slightly different. See here, you can see the pre-charging happens with clock psi 1 and evaluation happens with phi. Okay, phi and phi bar, psi 1 and psi 2. See here, the pre-charging happens with psi 1 and pre-discharging with psi 2 and evaluation with phi and phi bar. So that is the only difference with this NORA kind. So in all this dynamic circuits we have seen concentrate more on dynamic CMOS and domino logic because that is what we have been asked to learn in our as per our curriculum. But then again we just need to know that all these other kinds of high performance dynamic circuits also exist. So I have given you a brief overview about other kinds of high performance dynamic circuits. Now this slide gives you a summary of all this different styles that we have discussed. Complementary, that is static CMOS, pseudo NMOS, complementary pass transistor logic and dynamic logic. Okay, so this is for the same 4 input gate that we are doing this. Okay, so that's all about this dynamic circuits and the clocked circuit design style.